Hi Nazia, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
So, hi, this is Nazia. I'm from manual testing background. I'm handling both the manual as a automation tester comes handling the six members of team where I used to allocate the work to them. Apart from that, I used to handle some of client calls
Mhm.
and uh, review the KPIs, like whatever the work a tester will do. I have to validate it and have to verify and have to give it to report to my managers.
Mhm. Okay, okay. So can you tell me what is encapsulation? You can take your time to think. No worries, no hurry. You have time.
I'm sorry, but can we go with others because this is the only part I'm confused. Like I
Sure,
haven't.
sure. Okay. So if
Okay.
if it is confusing for you, so let's take it
Mhm.
first. Okay, what is encapsulation? So encapsulation is nothing but it's you can think of a capsule in your mind. What
Uh,
does capsule contain? Capsule will contain the particles, right? Different small medicines, I would say, that are capsuled, right, in single capsule. So similarly, you have a class wherein you have what? You have private variables, okay? And those private variables are used, they are accessed outside of the class using your getter and setter methods, right? So that is your simple encapsulation. It's one of the OOPS concept.
mhm.
Fine. Okay, now tell me what is inheritance?
Inheritance, uh, like child parent properties will come to child class. So
Perfect.
if you're mentioning, if you're creating a parent class, so
Mhm.
from there, our child class take the properties of the parent.
Okay, perfect. Now, which is the keyword that you will use to access the properties of your parent class?
Extend.
Extends keyword. Okay.
Hmm.
To write a simple program on inheritance,
Hmm.
yeah. Can you write a
Okay,
program on
fine. Okay.
inheritance?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you click on share screen button?
Yes, I'm doing. Okay. Just let me know once my screen is visible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's loading.
Uh, okay.
Yeah, now it's visible.
This is the online program which you have told.
Yeah, online Java compiler. So you can start writing. So inheritance, right? What is
Okay.
inheritance? You know, parent
Hmm.
class,
Hmm.
child class.
Hmm. So I'll start with the package. First, we have to import a package. Is it?
Okay. Now, what is void turn on? So if you see void turn on, right? So the third method, that is your abstract method. So you can remove this. Otherwise, this class would become your abstract class. You can remove this third line from here. Yeah, remove
Okay.
third line. Third line. Yeah, yeah. This let this void turn off be there. Remove the third line.
Okay.
Void turn on is there, no? Yeah, that
Hmm.
you can remove. And you have to put semicolon. So
Okay.
have you put semicolon, or I think you have put colon?
Semicolon.
Semicolon only. Okay, great. So public class inherit is there. Then public class, another class is there, which is extending inherit.
Hmm.
You have
Yes.
void turn off. Uh,
Hmm.
okay, you have written the same
Hmm.
method, void turn off.
Hmm.
Okay, in your child class also same method you have used.
Hmm.
Uh, why you are using the same method here?
No, like previously I kept on, right? Again, I thought of like maybe to take from inherit, like to take from parent, I gave two, turn on and turn off. For turn on, I gave it semicolon. For turn off, I haven't because it will extend, like it will take child class.
So you have
Hmm.
already written turn off in your parent class. So that
Yes.
when you are extending, when there is a class which is extending your parent class, it will automatically access the data members of your parent class as well. So
Okay.
you don't have to define that method again. Void turn off would be taken
Uh,
from the inherit class itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can remove this method 10 to 13. Yeah, you can remove
Also,
that.
this is not required.
Yeah, yeah, this
Okay.
is not required because that's why we are extending. Why we are extending is because we want to reuse that code.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what you have is public static. So you have to write static. Static would
Oh,
come here.
sorry.
Right? Static would come here. Static void main string of arguments, object one, and okay. Your after your main method, you have
Hmm.
written object one equal to new hence object one dot. Yeah, turn on this 14 line you can remove. Fine. Uh, okay. How do you write your main method? So public static void main string of arguments. It's a method,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So see how you have written the method that is there at the third line. You have written void turn off.
Hmm.
After that, you remove that semicolon. Since now it's a end-to-end method, you remove that. When will you apply
Okay.
that semicolon? When will you apply that semicolon? Tell me that.
Like if it required for only that one, it will take if we want to continue, like not required of giving semicolon. If we have to stop there, then we'll
Yes.
use semicolon.
So when you keep semicolon there, then what happens? The body is not defined for that method. So that becomes an
Hmm.
abstract method.
Okay.
Okay.
So like what I wrote is like I wrote two. One is for turn on and turn off. So one should be for parent.
Uh,
So which I have not given semicolon. That's for child class. So it will take the second one too.
but for child class, you don't need to write the method again. You can keep
Okay.
it in your either you can keep it as is, or if you want, you can create a separate method in the child class because
Okay.
the method that is there in the parent class would be taken in the child class by itself. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you see this method, third line,
Hmm.
void turn off, and then you are
Hmm.
having open braces, then system
Hmm.
dot out dot println, then close braces.
Hmm.
And then if you see seventh line, so your seventh line is getting closed here. Now,
Hmm.
if you see your main method, right? So public static
Hmm.
void main, 11th line. So after
Hmm.
this, you will have to enter one braces, right? There's a method.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, enter one braces and close for that braces at the end. Fine. So that's how you will write the program in the online Java compiler. I think this is the first time that you have written the program, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And you took nearly 2 to 3 minutes. So that's a great thing, right? You have to practice the programs on online Java compiler only going forward.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now you tell me what is multi-level inheritance?
Okay.
Multi-level inheritance, that's one of the type of inheritance, right?
Like we have multi overriding and overriding like that. Not that
Okay,
one.
okay. So that is polymorphism, right? Method overloading,
Okay.
method overriding. So what is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? Tell me that.
Override means we are like
Hmm.
using the same from like same like for
Hmm.
example we are taking from the same thing. For example, we have taken here void of, right? So
Hmm.
we are overriding in the child class.
Okay. So can you give me some example of overloading and overriding?
Override is in a compiling time.
Hmm.
No, no. Overload is for compile time and
Overloading is the
overriding is for runtime uh,
okay.
execution process.
Fine. Fine. So you'll be using overloading for compile time. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's say, how do you write a program for method overloading?
Overloading like will take both int and double things, double data type. So
Hmm.
first I'll give int a and b, and I'll return a and b, and again I'll in the same thing I'll do double add abc. So
Okay.
when we are executing the program, if we give only two, it will take from int, and if we print in the printer, if we are giving to add three, so it will take from the double.
Okay.
So here we are using in the same class two returns we are using. So we are overloading the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So what you are doing is you can have a method with more parameters. So let's say first you are defining a method with, let's say, two parameters, and
Mhm.
then you have the same method name with three parameters.
Mhm.
Or you can change the data type. That's what you are telling. You are
Mm,
changing the data type from
mm.
integer to double.
Double, yes.
So that is also a part of overloading. So you're correct in that. Okay. What is the difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM?
So JRE content, it's a JDK contains both JRE and JVM. So it's a development kit.
Hmm.
So uh, JVM, it's a uh,
Yeah.
give me a
Take your
second.
time. Take your time.
So JRE is a Java runtime environment.
Hmm.
So it will be having libraries to
Hmm.
execute the program. I'm coming to JVM. It will help user and machine to changing the language. If we are giving some data, JVM will help us to change into machine level language while running the code. And when returning to the output, it will change again into user level language, and it will display the output. So
Hmm.
JVM help us in the changing the bytecode to user level language, and JDK is the whole
JDK is a Java development kit which
development.
contains JRE and JVM.
And JVM, yes.
Fine. Can you explain what is public static void main string of arguments?
Okay, so public is a access modifier,
Hmm.
so we can use it anyway, everywhere. Public.
Hmm.
Uh, Static is a keyword.
Okay.
Main is a main string, or is a main method where our program will define, like from here we can start execute the program. So
Okay.
main string is
Fine. So public static void main string of arguments. Okay. Public is an access specifier thing. What is the difference between public and private?
public, we can, for example, we'll take this inheritance only.
Hmm.
Public, if we are used, we can take for child as well. But coming to private, we can't use private everywhere. It's particular to that class only.
Okay. What is the protected access specifier? When will you
Uh,
go for protected?
okay, so maybe I have no idea, sorry, but maybe protected means if the program is like specific
Hmm.
any data require, like some important, like uh,
So
encryption data, maybe for that purpose we'll use protected.
okay. So protected is an access specifier. Let's say if you define any variable as protected and you put
Mhm.
it in the parent class. Now,
Mhm.
if there is any child class which is extending that that parent class, right? So you can
Mhm.
have that access of that variable since it is protected. So protected access specifier would allow you to have the access for the variables, for the methods, for the data members, as far as it's a child class. Then it's within the package or with outside of the package, you would be able to access since it's a protected access specifier, right? Okay.
Then what is the difference, like public and protected? Because public also we can use.
Yeah, but in protected, you need to have that in the form of subclass only or a child class.
Okay.
But in public, if it is not a subclass, still it will be accessible,
Okay.
right? It's like that. Okay, fine. So projected is done. Mm, Polymorphism, inherit. Okay, what is abstraction?
So abstraction, I'll say in a normal because apart from definition, abstract will use like when we are adding few of the things in the program, if we add into uh, i- something like public, if we are using an abstract uh, concept, public automatically we have to change it into abstract. Or if we are providing as a public a class name,
Mhm.
then it will throw us an error, it will not execute because we are using an abstract keyword. So it should be the same for public. We have to change public as an abstract.
Okay, okay. What else? So abstract is a keyword that you will be using for your abstract class.
No.
Abstract method. Okay. Can you write a simple program on abstraction?
Okay. Mm. Is my screen visible?
So you do one thing, you copy paste this program in a notepad. We have to run
Huh.
this code. We can do it later, right? I think
Okay.
we didn't run this code. So you can cut
Huh.
this program, keep it in a
Mm.
notepad with you for now. Later on, we'll run this code. Yeah. Cut it, press Control X. So it will be cut it. Yeah, or you can copy also. Copy and paste
Mm.
it in some notepad.
And then instant.
Yeah, so that it is
So
handy
I'm
with you. Later on, you
getting
can check.
creating a package. So if you are using extract, it will throw us an error. We have to modify it. Mm. Yep, can you have it?
Correct? This is correct only. Now you run this code. Don't write that print A and B. You just have to pass the parameters, right? Integer A and B. And in that fifth line, you take integer int, that is small.
Oh,
Before A,
sorry.
you have
Yeah.
written. Yeah. Okay. Don't mention integer A and B here. System.out.println. You just have to pass the parameters.
Not required of int also.
So what you are doing is you are adding the two numbers A and B, right?
Mhm.
Now what you have to do is you have to just pass the numbers for the addition. You have already written integer A and B in the fifth line. So what
Mhm.
would happen when you pass two numbers, let's say 10 and 15? So 10 would be passed to A, 15 would be passed to B. How this would happen? So when you call that method, how you would call that method? What you will have to do for that?
As I have mentioned, the parameters of A and B, so it will go to there, and which A, it will take the value of int A. Again, B, it will take from.
Okay, but this is abstraction, right? Fifth line, if you see, this is abstraction. So you don't
Huh.
define the method of the body.
Okay.
Don't define the method. What is abstraction? You don't define the method of the body. It is up to the another method which is implementing that method that will define the method of that body, right? So wait, let me do one thing. Let me show you a simple program on abstraction. Um, Let me share my screen. I have to stop sharing screen now. Is my screen visible?
Not it.
Is the screen visible now?
Yes, it's visible.
Now what is happening? See, we have got this abstract method. Abstract void of make payment. This is your abstract.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
nothing is defined in this particular method body. And this is your abstract class. So this is one of your class, which is abstract and it contains abstract method as of now. It just contains abstract method as of now. Now what is happening? You have another class which is credit card payment. It will extend this payment class and it is the responsibility of this class to implement the method for this abstract method. So what is the abstract method? That is make payment, right? So how you would implement this method? So it is up to the credit card payment class, how they are implementing. So they will write system.out.println payment made using credit card. Similarly, you have one more class, UPI payment, which is extending your payment method. Again,
Mm.
now they are
Okay.
implementing this method as payment made using UPI. Similarly, you have one class, which is the main class, and it would have the objects, and then you will call these methods. So what would happen? First, this will get printed, and then this will get printed.
Again.
So this is abstraction. How it is
Okay.
abstraction? So this is method is abstract. The body is not defined, but the class which is extending your
Mm-mm.
parent class, your payment class. It is a responsibility of that class to define the body of that method and how they will define. They will define in their own use case as per their own scenarios, as per their own implementation, they'll use it. Right. So that's
Okay.
how you will define the abstraction. Is this clear?
Oh, yes, now it's clear,
Yeah.
sir.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Okay, Nazia, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Great.